The 2025 Royal Enfield Hunter 350 is here, and it's ready to shake up the streets once again. This is one of those bikes that perfectly blends rugged Royal Enfield DNA with a youthful, modern attitude. It's light, agile, stylish, and made for the city, but with just enough muscle to take on the open road too. Untie brings you the full story of this street machine and why it's not just an update, it's a statement. From the first glance, the new Hunter 350 doesn't hide its personality. The styling remains familiar, but Royal Enfield has given it subtle upgrades that make it stand out from the previous model. It comes with fresh color schemes and new graphics that pop, especially in the Dapper and Rebel series. The tank is sculpted, compact, and looks muscular with those fresh decals. The blacked-out engine, exhaust, and alloy wheels give it a stealthy, aggressive vibe that really appeals to younger riders. This bike is built on the same proven J-platform that underpins the classic 350 and the Meteor 350, which means you get a smooth, refined ride. Under the tank, you have the same 349 cubic centimeters air-oil-cooled single-cylinder engine that produces around 20.2 brake horsepower at 6,100 RPM and 27 Nm of torque at 4,000 RPM. The numbers might not sound mind-blowing on paper, but in real-world conditions, this engine shines. It's incredibly refined, has a linear power delivery, and pulls strongly in the low and mid-range. Perfect for weaving through city traffic or cruising in third gear without touching the clutch. Royal Enfield has managed to keep the weight down to about 181 kilograms, which is lighter than both the Classic and Meteor. Combine that with a shorter wheelbase and 17-inch wheels at both ends, and what you get is a machine that feels nimble, flickable, and super fun to ride in urban environments. The suspension setup is basic, telescopic forks at the front and twin shocks at the rear. But it does the job well. The tuning is slightly on the firmer side, which actually helps during cornering and sharp turns. The seat height is accessible at 800 mm, and the ergonomics are upright and relaxed, making it comfortable for both tall and short riders. Braking duties are handled by a 300 mm disc at the front and a 270 mm disc at the rear, supported by dual-channel ABS. The brakes offer good bite and progressive feel, giving you confidence in both city stop-go traffic and highway speeds. Tires are grippy and confidence-inspiring, even on slightly wet roads. Another key update in the 2025 model is the addition of an OBD2-compliant engine, which not only meets the latest emission norms but also helps in better diagnostics and long-term maintenance tracking. The Hunter 350's instrument cluster is a mix of analog and digital. You get a retro-style speedometer with a digital inset that shows trip meter, fuel gauge, gear position, and time. On the higher variants, Royal Enfield's Tripper navigation pod is available as an optional add-on, which pairs with your smartphone and show turn-by-turn navigation. The switchgear quality is solid, and the overall fit and finish of the bike has gone up a notch in this update. One of the Hunter's strongest selling points is how it feels when you ride it. The engine is buttery smooth, vibrations are minimal even at higher revs, and the throttle response is predictable and easy to modulate. The bike doesn't push you to go fast, but it makes every ride enjoyable, whether you're heading to the office, grabbing coffee, or taking a short weekend ride. It's the kind of bike that grows on you every day. Fuel economy figures hover around 35 to 40 kmpl in city conditions and can go up to 45 kmpl on highways if ridden with a light hand. The 13-liter fuel tank gives you enough range for short trips without worrying about refueling too often. And let's talk about pricing. Royal Enfield has kept the Hunter aggressively priced. With the base variant starting from a very accessible point and the higher variants offering features like dual-tone colors, cast alloy wheels, and tubeless tires, the value for money factor is very strong. There are some minor misses, like no LED headlamp even in the top variants, and no USB charging port is standard. But these are things that can be easily overlooked when you consider the overall package. The Hunter 350 isn't trying to be everything, it's trying to be fun, stylish, and effortless to ride. And it nails that goal. In summary, the 2025 Royal Enfield Hunter 350 is a brilliant all-rounder that's been designed with today's urban rider in mind. It's affordable, good-looking, and packed with just the right amount of tech and refinement. Whether you're a first-time buyer or someone looking for a second, more relaxed machine, the Hunter 350 is a solid pick. At Untie, we believe this bike continues to be one of the most exciting offerings in the sub 400cc segment, and this 2025 update only makes it stronger.